Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again in this YouTube Astrological segment. I'll be talking about something a little bit different than what I have been, talking about, most of my videos. I want to talk about, well, you could say it's about the astrological community, but it's about a lot of this is going to be about, the acceptance, of others' beliefs that are connected, with astrology. And the thing about it is, there's awful, I've seen some things, where you have some, disputes, that go on, with astrologers about, the system. And, you have, obviously, you're going to have the disparity naturally with Western and Vedic astrology, but there's even going to be some astrologers that have, they got their own, belief. They have their own system that they formulated. And the thing is, and everyone has entitled to have their beliefs on things, but you have to keep in mind that we have certain astrological systems that have been in place for a very good time. And it's not like if somebody comes up with something, what they say is like new or innovative, it doesn't like supplant what's already out there. It doesn't supersede that. I mean, at least my opinion, it doesn't. And the way the Western astrology that's been followed for many years, of course, has different house systems that people use in it. Some people use the Placidus or Koch or Equal, the whole house system, which is, and then you even have conflict on that, of course, even in the Western, astrology, just in general, because you have the disputes over what house systems should be used. Now the house systems, now they should be, everybody has their own perception on that. Now some people may feel that they resonate more with the Placidus. Other people may say, the equal house system, when you have the same, degree on each house cusp, 30, but each one is 30 degrees apart. Like say, if you have somebody with 22 degrees Taurus rising, then they'll put the 22 degrees Gemini on the second house cusp, 22 degrees Cancer on the third house cusp, so on and so forth. The whole house system, puts 0 degrees, on all the house cusp, and your ascendant would be inserted, inside that first house. I mean, I go with the Placidus because it puts the ascendant, right on the first house cusp, and I think that's right where it belongs actually. And that is, but that's just my own, belief on it. Placidus uses like proportionate logarithms, and it's scientific the way it's calculated. But one of the main reasons I like it is because it does put the ascendant right on the first house cusp. But again, it's about personal preference, and what astrology should be is more of an acceptance. If people have certain beliefs, whether it's a house system, whether it's the astrological system. Of course, again, you have the Western, you have the Vedic, and like Chinese astrology, some people are really enjoy that, and it's to each his own. And a lot of, they may have all of their validity in their own way. Now the thing is, the Western astrology is what of course that's the one I go with. But my understanding is Vedic astrology is stated to be very accurate in terms of like prediction astrology. I'm not saying there's no validity with Vedic. I look at that, and I'm thinking, okay, well, my ascendant is Taurus in the Western astrology, but it's Aries in Vedic, and I don't really think I resonate with an Aries ascendant at all. But I do respect the people that do practice Vedic astrology. There's a lot of people out there that do this, that do Vedic astrology, and they've been very successful. and I'm sure they've helped a lot of people. So I'm not, I think it's just about being, adaptable, to, basically to, one's people's beliefs. You don't want to, it's not about like, denigrating other astrologers, just because you have a belief system that is different from theirs. It's not, if somebody has, a certain, belief, and it's different than other, astrologers out there, whether it's YouTube astrologers or whether it's just people that, generally, practice astrology. The thing about it is there should be, more acceptance of those people, and not, being, chastising them necessarily because they have, different belief than you do. It may not make them wrong. It just may mean, all it is, I would say, is just there's a disparity in the viewpoint between, the two people. So that is what, I really wanted to emphasize and state, in this video, that this astrological community should be one where it's more about unity and not about, dissension and quarreling and combat. It's just really, it's not something that needs to be done. We all need to, collectively just kind of, be there, for, really be more about, again, the unity, and not, and be accepting, of the beliefs that the people have. Astrology, is very subjective anyway, because with astrology, you could have just looking at one's natal chart, some people may interpret one thing as one, and another person may interpret the same thing as something a lot different. It doesn't mean, they were, either one was wrong. Maybe they were both right in their own way. So, because when someone's talking about one placement, say Mars in the third house as an example, there's only so much somebody is going to be saying about that. So, there's a very good chance that there's going to be something else that someone else will see that the other person won't. I remember reading something about Mars in the third house one time. It said, something about the mind, keeps on racing, and you can't, and it's hard to do much about it, or, the person might get frustrated because that mind is just staying so active, or something. I don't remember the exact words, but see, I have my Mars in the third house, and, Mars in the third house, I believe, can manifest in really being mentally active and also impatient as well. It could be a propensity for, like, vehicle related accidents, because you have the planet of impatience in the third house of local transportation and short journeys. But what I wanted to get at is that, everyone's going to have, different viewpoints, and actually when you look at, different perspectives, it can actually enable you to learn, more about astrology, and being open, to somebody else's, beliefs. And, that is one thing that's very important, to keep in mind, and just be more, to be open-minded, about, astrology, just in general, and not just be so closed off to what you believe personally, as far as astrology may go. And that's really the main message that I wanted to give in this video, so people out there can understand that we do need to just have, more peace in the community, and less strife, because, it's really just not, it's really not a, a good, really a good look, for astrology in general, if you have people that are, just quarreling over, this person's belief or the system they use, and, so on and so forth. So that's really what I wanted to get with this video. Anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment. Until next time, Edwin Learnard saying stay well.